Good morning, guys. My name is Sean Dexter, and I welcome you back to the Mango Grove for your daily analysis video. In today's video, we have a lot to talk about, so buckle up and get ready for one of those longer Mango videos. If you're looking for a quick call as to what Bitcoin's going to do next, you might as well turn the video off right away. However, if you're looking for more of an educational video, this is gonna be the video you do want to sit through. As many of you know, Bitcoin had a nice pullback yesterday, as did Ethereum. Big dumps on both of them, and a lot of people got frantic, a lot of people got anxious, but there was also a lot of opportunity. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about trading mindset, psychology, trade management, and more importantly, guys, we're going to be talking about a mistake that I noticed that I made. I don't want to say mistake, it was more so an area of improvement that I could use moving forward if a similar trade opportunity does show up. And you guys can learn from this, right? You can learn from my mistakes, because you guys don't need to make the same mistakes to take advantage of that experience. Learn from my mistakes, guys, and employ it in your trading behavior. That's what this channel is all about, to make sure you guys avoid making the mistakes that I make during my journey on my improvement, because we're always trying to improve. And I noticed something during yesterday's events that made me go, this is an area where I can definitely improve on. I made a mistake, or rather, I'm struggling to call it a mistake because I followed my plan to the T, but still, I do want to kind of beat myself up on it because I could have definitely done it better. So we're going to be talking about that. Alright, so today's video is going to be educational, might be boring, but hey, for those of you who want to be real traders, consistently doing this for a living, this is going to be something that you do want to watch. But before we go any further, I do want to give shout outs to mainly Ashok and Carlos, right? I want to give them direct shout outs, and to the entire Mango community, man. I woke up this morning and I opened up the Grove, I opened up the seed chat, and I just saw everyone doing it Mango, everyone just being calm, collected, and being happy too. I'm just gonna go ahead. First, I'll show what Ashok said that really made me, it warmed my heart, because I've seen this guy now for it's been almost 2 years now. I've been watching him develop as a trader, and it's been freaking fascinating. He is a story of slow and surely, right? Slow and steady, but slow and surely as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up my Telegram. I think you guys should be able to see it right over here. Okay, yeah, there you go. So in fact, this entire conversation over here in the seed chat it's a really good contrast, right? So Ken is beginning his journey, Ashok is in the middle of his journey, and you're seeing the conversation between the two of them. So I'm going to first read out Ashok's part, because that's the crux of it, right? He said, for me, it was a good day. For once, I used the dumps, and I saw firsthand how even seeming dumps actually bounce from marked supports. I took the buys there, held till I would be invalidated, sitting on profits now. Before this, I would usually be too scared to trade in these scenarios, even if I had levels marked. And I remember, like around a year and a half ago, I would be buying these levels, and Ashok would be asking in the Grove chat, he'd be like, how do you have the guts to do that, right? And now he's here, he's doing it too, and it just makes me go like, man, you've come a long way. And this is another example of how knowing how to draw your levels, guys, is all well and good, but having the trading mindset and the psychology is what no other community talks about, but we spend so much time talking about that over here. And again, he goes on to say, he's doing it the Mango way. He's saying, still lots to learn though, right? We are always going to learn. Remember, Mango is about constant growth, constant learning, constant fertility of the brain. And this is so key, guys. And Ashok is not giving himself enough credit, because this guy is always looking to learn, and that's one of the mottos that we have at Mango, that you can never ever stop improving. And the only way to actually constantly improve is to highlight your mistakes. And that's something that we do, especially in seed. We are talking about the mistakes we make. And over here he says, I should have exited my position before this drop in profits. Was bad to go from profits to stopped out. And because we're bouncing off our mistakes with each other, right, we are able to improve. We take tips from each other, we take trading mindset tips from each other, as well as strategies from each other that fit our personality and our mindset, right? Over here you can see that Ken highlights his the fact that he, right over here, I'm just going to read it out. Last night was very stressful for me. Fortunately I did not get hurt, but it made me realize how many gaps I have in my strategy and system. And this is what I mean by that positivity that I woke up to, right? Yes, it wasn't a good day, right? Nobody wants to see any of their assets come down in value. It's going to happen, right? It's inevitable. Nobody likes to see it. It's still stressful, but that positivity on how you're looking at it and knowing that, hey, I have a plan to deal with all of this, is what makes it less stressful. And then you approach an area of almost stress-freeness. Is that even a word? Stress-freeness. Anyways, again, I want to highlight this sentence over here. All of your stories, advice, and experience are absolutely priceless. And Ken gets it. Okay, Ken understands that he can learn from our experience. He doesn't need to go through all the stress that we already went through, right? He can use our experience to his advantage to further his experience and approach that Mango stress-free way of trading. And this actually takes me really well to what Carlos mentioned. And again, man, Carlos is another story of success, struggle and success, right? This guy had his hurdles at the beginning. I remember him getting really frustrated too, and now look at him, right? I'm not going to read out this entire thing because it's a pretty long, and I do want to start the analysis, but just going to skim. He said, I was thinking about something you mentioned, tough question to answer. Okay, here it is. But personally, this drop has been way easier to manage for me than the last one. Last one I lost on profits, but I also lost equity. On this one, I gave up profits, but I knew my position could handle a 50 to 70% drop and still be okay. Just think about that, guys. He was already ready for it, okay? To get those big, massive wins that we're all going for, right? We all want 300%, 400%, 1,000 wins, 1,000% wins, but Bitcoin drops 15% and everybody loses their mind? I mean, come on. Okay, he's like, I was far more careful this time around. I know we can still go down more from here, but my level of anxiety is basically nothing compared to last time. Still a lot to learn. I love how everybody ends their sentences with that, ends their paragraphs with that. Still a lot to learn. For instance, I need to learn how to take profits, but I see some progress. Everybody wants to take profits. It's something that I never want to learn to do. I don't want to take profits, but again, that's trading personality. We'll have that conversation later, guys. Okay, so again, I wish I could go through all of this. I love how I woke up in the morning and everybody's being so happy with each other, like people sharing beautiful pictures, enjoying the day. Like, this is what Mango's about, guys. This is what Mango's about. But enough of that. Let's get on over to the analysis. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my Telegram here. We're going to start, of course, with the Mango dashboard, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we already spent too much time on other things. Bitcoin sitting still, by the way, 45% if you were looking at the 4-day time frame, which is what we have been doing for the longest time. Now, yes, we did look at the 12-hour in the interim to take some add-on trades, and I'll be talking about that towards the middle of this video. What I do want to start with first, though, is the mistake that I made, right, and how I could improve moving forward, right? But for that, we're going to need some context as to why that mistake. I'm really struggling to call it a mistake because I feel like I'm going to give you guys some bad ways of assessing yourselves, right? So just go ahead and listen to me, and you guys will probably come up with what I should call this. Either way, it's an area of improvement. So if you guys have been following Mango now for the past maybe even month or so, you guys know that we have been following the 4-day diligently, right? The 4-day is the mango time frame. Especially in this range over here, we had our levels marked out and we've been waiting for trade opportunities off these levels. Top of the range around 19,150-ish, bottom of the range around 15,780-ish, and the middle of the range right over here coming in at around 17,180-ish, right? I'm going to actually go ahead and hide these 4-hour levels right over here. Let me just change the visibility of this to, we don't want to see it up to the 2-day. Actually, that'd be good. Quick tip for you guys, by the way, you can adjust the visibility of certain horizontals to not show on the higher time frames or the lower time frames, depending on how clean you want to keep your chart. So at the moment, we're not interested in those levels, even though they'll be important on the lower time frames. What we are keen to mark is this wick high over here of this previous bull market failure to continue to the trend. That level, okay, as I've mentioned to you guys over and over again, was a key level for me to be taking trades off. Okay, we've seen Bitcoin defend it now numerous times, at least 4 times over the past few days now. In fact, even yesterday, it defended it on the daily candle close. So this key level over here, this high, what's it coming up at? It's exactly 17,178. So again, another tip for you guys, you can go ahead, double click on that, click on your coordinates, and you can adjust it to the T right over here. So that way you can be a little bit more accurate. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. So everything's in order. We can see our horizontal. It may not be as thick for you guys, so I'm just going to go ahead and thicken it up for you guys. Nice and thick. Okay, there you go. So we have the top of range, the middle of the range, and a bottom of our range, right? Now this is going to be important, and this, by the way, guys, is going to be a combination analysis, right, between Ethereum as well as Bitcoin, and you guys are going to see what I mean by that in a few minutes. So if you guys remember, I've been looking to take trades off this level. Yesterday we came down to 17,200 and I took a trade off this level yet again, right? I gladly longed it. It also lined up, by the way, with the daily 21 EMA. So as soon as he smacked against the daily 21 EMA and Tenkin, which was slightly underneath this level, I was like, okay, you know what? It's good enough for me, right? I'm willing to buy over here because I don't want to be sitting in front of my computer all day. I'm here right now. I'm going to take the trade. But here's where I could have improved. I was also looking for a dip opportunity on Ethereum. If you guys have been following my trades on Ethereum, you guys know that on Ethereum, I've been waiting for a key level on the weekly chart as well. And it's not really, it doesn't need to be on the weekly only. You could have seen this on perhaps the 2-day, the 4-day as well. But essentially, this wick high over here at 485.89-ish was a level I've been patiently waiting for. If you guys watch the live streams over the past few days, even the Ethereum analysis, I said, guys, yes, we're sitting all the way at around 630 now. But even though it may seem very unlikely for Ethereum to come down to this 489 level, we know Ethereum's fingerprint. We know it will come suddenly and surely, and that would be the opportunity. So this is where I could have improved, all right? I came to my chart, okay? I saw Bitcoin around 17,200. I bought it. I followed my rules. Now, I don't need to be right on the trade, okay? So far, we don't know whether I'm right or wrong. Yes, we defended it yesterday, right? We held the level on today's daily candle close, held the daily 21 EMA, okay? However, I could be wrong tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're closing the 4-day. We'll find out. But here's where I could have improved regardless, okay? Regardless. You never know whether you're going to be right or wrong. You can just follow your plan. But you can improve your execution and your plan moving forward. And this is where I noticed I could have improved. I looked at this level over here and I had strong conviction on it. But at the same time, I had really strong conviction on this 489 level for Ethereum. Ethereum wasn't there yet. Ethereum was still sitting around 515, 520. So Ethereum had more ways to go down. And I was willing to be patient on Ethereum. But for Bitcoin, I bought at 17,200 right over here. So Bitcoin came down to the level that we felt strongly about, but Ethereum had not yet. So perhaps I should have been asking myself, wait a minute, is there a better buy opportunity that may show up on the Bitcoin chart because Ethereum hasn't really fully met the level that I am looking for too? Because remember, Ethereum's on the USD pairing, okay? Could that mean that Bitcoin has another level that I could be looking for and it still maintain this level as well. Because remember, it doesn't mean you're wrong about your level just because it goes down to another level. And that's exactly what we ended up seeing, right? It went down to another level that I'm about to show you guys that I missed, but it closed above 17,200 anyways on today's daily candle close. Okay, so what is the level that I should have been looking for? As soon as I noticed that Ethereum had not hit 489 just yet. Well, there are two big time frames that we're always keeping an eye on, especially when it comes to these major dumps, guys. The weekly time frame, if you go on over there, okay, just turn off the horizontals for a quick second, you're going to see that if you just mark out the weekly level right over here, it is exactly 16,250-ish, right? And that's what I should have been doing. I should have been like, all right, cool, I can be greedy here. If I'm willing to be greedy on Ethereum, I should be willing to be a little bit more patient on Bitcoin as well, because it lines up. It actually did line up, and Bitcoin actually did come down to 16,250-ish. Maybe it came down a little bit lower, but that's fine, right? I would have been in a better position right now in my trade than I currently am. So this is something that I can improve on moving forward, and perhaps something that you guys can look towards as well. Always ask yourselves, okay, we are in a really volatile zone. That's something Krisha has been saying as well. Krisha, I think, on yesterday's stream did highlight the 16,200 level. I'm pretty sure she said that. I wasn't paying attention. I got fixated on the 4-day level, 17,200, okay? And yeah, we defended it. But now let's see, right? So I want to quickly show you the mango ribbon and show you guys how we defended the daily 21 EMA and the daily Tenkin. Okay, and that's all cool. Okay, that's all cool. Imagine though if I bought the 16,200 level. Okay, imagine the next 2 or 3 days. Let's say yesterday I bought 16,200 and my invalidation point was still the daily 21 EMA or the 4-day level over here at around 17,160. If I end up being wrong and we close somewhere around here, I still get to get out of my trade in profits, right? That's the situation you want to try to be in. You're not going to be able to get into that situation all the time, guys. You're going to take losses, right? And I may end up taking a loss on this trade, and I'm ready for it. Okay, I'm ready for it mentally, and I'll try for the next trade opportunity. I'm already planning my next trade opportunity. We talked about a few of them in yesterday's stream. We'll talk about a few more in today's video if we do have the time. But yeah, that's an area where I could have improved, right? I followed my plan, yes, but I could have planned better. So perhaps I should say it that way. Wasn't a mistake, more for fixation and not looking slightly more zoomed out, looking at the weekly, looking at the fact that Ethereum hadn't hit 489 yet, and yeah, Bitcoin could have had a nicer pullback. So with that being said, by the way, I'm pretty happy with my Ethereum buy. I longed the shit out of this area over here, 489. I even got some at around 485, I do believe, and now looking good thus far. Could this break as well? Maybe. We'll find out, and I have my invalidation point set. I have my plan set in motion. There's nothing to be stressful about, guys. You're going to have pullbacks on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum on every chart. You cannot be expecting massive 1,000 gains and get shook out on a 15% gain on Bitcoin, and what was it, 25% not gain, pullback, drawdown, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, around 25% on Ethereum. We were talking about this just the other day, in fact, in Seed, where people were getting really anxious over like small 2 or 3% moves because they are high nominal values. The 20% and 30% move, I said that specifically. It's going to come. Get ready for that. And we're seeing that now. Are you guys ready to play it, or are you guys going to be letting this opportunity slip you by? With that though, I don't want to make it seem that we're definitely going to be bouncing from here. Nonetheless, there's opportunity to be had. So we're going to be talking about Ethereum today. We're going to be talking about levels that we're going to be looking at, key invalidation points, as well as those key levels on Bitcoin. So going back on over to Bitcoin over here, we did hold the daily 21 EMA. Okay, I'm going to start with the bad news first. We did hold the daily 21 EMA, which is a good sign. However, the tighter trend that I've been playing recently, or I've been looking at on the relevant time frames, is the dynamic. And look at this, guys. The dynamic is giving us a bad sign. It closed. So if you were playing the dynamic, you would have exited your trade based on this retest over here. You can see that we retested that level perfectly, right? Because the dynamic is a combination of trend analysis as well as support and resistance, and it tested the support perfectly. And you're seeing that purple, by the way, means you're going into consolidation, and consolidation means probably sideways action until we retake this level over here and the trend starts, and we want to see this turn into green for the aggressive trend again. If we do take back the dynamic over here, and by take back I'm looking for at least a daily candle close followed by a daily open above the mango dynamic. If we do that, then that will confirm a resistance flipping back into support, and we'll be using it much like we did over here, okay, this area where it was a support level trending towards the upside. At the moment we don't have that. At the moment it's indicating consolidation with possible continuation towards the downside. But remember, we haven't confirmed a downtrend just yet. All right, the dynamic is saying that too. We're still in consolidation, and because we're in consolidation now on the daily as well as the 12-hour, you guys can check it out on the dashboard. We can start looking towards the lower time frames to get an idea of what Bitcoin may want to do and how we may want to position ourselves for buy opportunities or sell opportunities, depending on your mindset, not mindset, your leaning, whether you're bearish or bullish. So if you guys did notice at the beginning of the video, I had some levels marked out from earlier this morning that are drawn, and Bitcoin is actually following them to the T, which is something important to note, because had Bitcoin started getting choppy around this level over here, which is what I was looking for, around 17,220 on the 4-hour time frame, then I would have been like, this is a little bit harder to read. But because Bitcoin is actually respecting this level, okay, cool, it does give me some opportunities moving forward. I will be looking to build a position around this level over here, around 16,400. You guys can see it lines up with this consolidation over here as well. In yesterday's Discord chat, if you guys are on the Mango Discord, please go ahead and join, by the way, because we will be transitioning from Telegram to Discord very soon. And if you guys are on the Discord, you would have noticed that there was an opportunity that I did highlight to you guys out there before it actually showed up. I believe I was talking to Vishal, and I said that there's a good possibility that we actually do come back and test the 16,200 level. And the reason I'm mentioning this over here, guys, is because this pattern on Bitcoin after its dumps is very, very familiar. It repeats itself over and over and over again, and it is a really, really good opportunity to be looking out for if you're looking to be building a trade, especially on the reversals. Okay, now essentially, as soon as we came down and tested the 16,200 level again and then confirmed the 4-hour candle close above this structure over here, it gave me credence to my theory that, you know what, we may actually see a bounce from here, and then we'll have a horizontal level on the 4-hour time frame to actually take a not take a trade-off, but essentially have a level drawn for us to be looking for a reversal if we do break that level moving forward, because nothing's confirmed just yet. So now our theory is getting formulated, right? We had this low over here that got validated as a horizontal of this bounce over here, did actually happen of this structure over here, and actually happened right after this low that was retested yet again, right? But remember, still we haven't got confirmation of this level just yet. All right, we're looking for at least one more 4-hour candle to test this level. We're either looking for a wick of this level or a candle close on this level after wicking underneath. We may actually come and see a wick of this level over here, right, and then close above. I'd like to see a swipe of both of these lows over here. Okay, I want us to take out these lows underneath 16,200 and then close the candle above 16,500. If we see that, I'll have even increased confidence on this level being a level that we can take a trade-off. Another thing that we can look for is on the Mango ribbon. All of you should have access to the Mango ribbon. Oops, I think it's over here, I believe. Yeah, Mango ribbon. Should load up. Okay, so what are we looking for? I'm going to go ahead and adjust it. All you want to look at is turn everything off, keep your EMA on, your 21 EMA and your 10 SMA, which is the red one right over here. What you want to look for is a retest of the 10 SMA, which we kind of got, but not yet. Okay, so on the first go, you're going to see a retest of the 10 SMA, perhaps one candle close above the 10 SMA. So this 10 SMA is likely going to come and line up with this horizontal. So we're already seeing confluence with our initial theory. All right, so this 10 SMA is going to come and probably either line up or press underneath it. At that point, you want to see the first candle close above the 10 SMA, then the 21 EMA come up, line up somewhere around here, the retest of the 21 EMA, then oh man, I just went on a long spiel over there and I realized that my mic wasn't recording at all. But yeah, I guess I could go ahead and do it one more time for you guys. But again, it's going to be really quick because I do want to talk about Ethereum as well. Again, we want to turn off everything but the 21 EMA and the 10 SMA. I'll do it a bit faster this time. Again, we're just looking for the 10 SMA to start swinging somewhere underneath this horizontal over here. When the candle closes above it, the 21 EMA swing over there as well. Then eventually getting the rejection of the 21 EMA and then putting in a bottoming formation and then a reversal. On the flip side, however, we may see a break towards a downside, okay, and we may come down to levels all the way up to 15,700, and I'll be using these levels over here, guys, to de-risk off my position, because remember, the 4-day is closing tomorrow, so it all lines up. I don't have to wait too long to know whether I'm wrong on my position, right? If we do actually close underneath the 17,200, 17,170-ish on the 4-day, I will just get out of my position and look to reposition somewhere around here. And this level, by the way, lines up with the 4-day as well as the 4-hour. So I'm going to go ahead, turn off everything. I'm going to turn on the Ichimoku on the 4-hour, and then we're going to switch on over to the 4-day time frame. So right over here, you're seeing the 200 moving average swinging towards the upside, swinging towards the bottom of the cloud over here at around 16,300-ish. It'll likely come up a bit higher depending on how much time Bitcoin spends, right? If Bitcoin actually starts going sideways like this, we have the bottom of the cloud lining up at around 16,500-ish. But we can mark out this entire zone between 16,500 to 16,200, because remember, that's where our wick low is as well. So do we come down and test that, or do we come all the way down to 15,700 where the 200 MA is sitting at the moment? Well, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the 4-day, because remember, we're closing a 4-day tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and switch on the Mango Dynamic. And if you guys remember, we took our trade and our bullish bias of the Mango Dynamic level over here at around 10,950. Our initial bias came from the monthly close at 10,650. Think about the time frames that we are playing, guys. These are the time frames that give us the mango trades, the stress-free trades, the clean trades. And look at the 4-day. All this is looking like is one pullback that was really due. Like, I was shocked at how many 4-hour candles in a row were just green. I don't think this has ever happened in the history of Bitcoin. I have to go ahead and check like 2015 cycle, but this hasn't happened in a very long time. So is this all that scary? No, not really. And this actually suggests we may come down to 15,500 and things may still be fine. And this actually lines up with what we just talked about on the 4-hour time frame. So always look at the higher time frames and mentally prepare for pullbacks if you're having a parabolic run like this, because the uptrend, guys, is still intact on the 4-day time frame. Very well intact. You can't expect to catch the entire trend and get in, get out, get in, get out. It's not going to happen. You can't have both, okay? If you want to catch the entire move of this bull cycle, or at least most of it, right, you're going to have to sit through pullbacks. All right, so let's go ahead and wrap up Bitcoin now on the 4-day time frame before we move on to Ethereum. And we're going to go ahead and turn on my horizontals, okay? These are the ranges that we marked out at the beginning of the video. Top of the range, middle of the range, and the bottom of the range. Now remember, you don't need to be playing the middle of the range. You could just keep it simple, okay, and take less aggressive trades and play the top and the bottom of the range. However, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive and you're a little bit more of an advanced trader, add the middle of the range to your repertoire and you'll have another level to be taking trades off that you can manage your risk off, right? So notice how the Mango Dynamic, the 4-hour 200 moving average, as well as the bottom of our range over here off the 4-day levels that we marked out, right, at the beginning of the video, okay, based off the previous market cycle, is all lining up at 15,700. So we may very well come down there especially if we close underneath the 17,200 level. So that's a level that you could be looking to manage your trades off, or perhaps if you're being a little bit of a more aggressive bear, take a short trade over there too. But none of this is financial advice. I really recommend not listening to a word I say. I don't know what I'm talking about. Alright, and with that out of the way, guys, let's move on to Ethereum. Alright, and here we have Ethereum Ethereum. We're going to be starting off with the weekly time frame, and in fact you guys are going to see how the weekly time frame is all you need to be playing, right? You can play the lower time frames if you want to and drive yourselves crazy. I know a lot of people love that, but hey, you can do it the mango way, guys. So I'm turning on my horizontals and I'm going to do a quick recap on the levels that we've been discussing for the longest time. So the key level that we were recently eyeing was this 555 level right over here, right? We got it from this wick low over here, the rejection of this, the rejection over here too, that led to the bear market. Okay, I'm not going to go over all of that again. Another key level based off these candles over here was 489. Again, this level, we specifically talked about it over the live stream as well. 2 live streams ago, we had an educational session where we discussed how 489 is going to be really key, and I will be looking to buy off that level, especially until we don't close above this level here, the 555 level, right? We did not claim it, guys. We did not close above it and confirm above it. Okay, yes, we tested it. Yes, we actually spilled above it and tested this level right over here, right? You can see of these candle closes, right? Tested to the T. However, this is classic Ethereum. It closes at the level, shoots out above it on the next candle, and then closes underneath it, right? We saw the same signature over here too. And this is the same candle level that we are playing off to get our 489 buy opportunity that I gladly bought because I was so patient for that one. Now, based off these levels, we can now move forward. If we close underneath 489, the next level we can look at is right over here. Same thing. Right over here. 435. Okay, we can look to be buying 435. If we lose 435, we look to buy around 350 or around this level, 370-ish. Now, again, you don't need to be only buying. You could be taking short trades on your way down, right? You could be playing against the trend if you want to. You could play with the trend if you want to. Depends on your trading personality. I am not looking to be taking any short trades on the USD pairing. Okay, I may do it on the Bitcoin pairing if I see the right signs, but not interested on the USD pairing. Okay, so, well, of course, not right now at the very least. Once we start confirming a downtrend on the weekly time frame, I will gladly do it. Now, we talked about downside targets again. Quick recap, if we lose 489, we're looking at 430. If we lose 430, we're looking at around 350. Towards the upside, same thing yet again. If we can close or clear 560 on the weekly time frame, we can look towards this high yet again at around 620-ish. That being said, to be honest, even if we get 2 daily candle closes above 560, I think we're going to test this high at the very least. Okay, at the very least, if we get at least 2 daily candle closes above this weekly time frame at around 560, we will be testing 620. That being said, if we want to test the middle of the range over here, which is coming in around 660, right, somewhere around here, we want to see a weekly candle close above 550. So if the weekly candle close lines up with the daily candle closes that we're talking about 550, then I think this high is going to get taken out and we move all the way up to 660-ish. Okay, now I wouldn't be playing this as strongly as the high over here at 620. That's just the easier trade in my opinion, but the easiest trade is the top of the range over here at around 800. So if we start closing candles above 560-ish on the weekly time frame now and we start living above this area, I think eventually we're going to make our way to our 800 target that we discussed in a few Ethereum videos ago. Okay, if we clear 800, that's when the fun starts, but we're not there yet, so we won't talk about it. Okay, so that's the weekly time frame. Let's go ahead and look at the daily. And here we have Ethereum on the daily time frame, and you can see that Ethereum pulling back almost perfectly onto the bull flag that it broke towards the upside, right? Now this bull flag can be seen a little bit better on the lower time frames. The higher time frame you go up, the less apparent it is, especially on the weekly, you can't see it at all. But we did break towards the upside. We met its target as well, somewhere around here, around 590-ish, shot up higher to the weekly level, and now coming back down to test it. Coming down to where? Our 489 level, which lines up with the bull flag too. Now, if you increase just like that, you can see that we are currently testing this bull flag yet again, right? The top of the bull flag at the very least. I, however, think that there's a chance we may come and test the inside of this flag. So if you increase the bottom trend line as well, we may come down, grind against the 489 level again, and give us a test around 475. Take out this low over here. Will be interesting to see. Nonetheless, I'll be basing my trade off this horizontal over here at 489, right? You guys know that I don't place too much importance on the diagonals. I like to look at them to find confluence, but other than that, I wouldn't be taking them as a serious trade opportunity, if you know what I mean. Okay, so with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it. I don't want to spend too much time. I'm actually tired. I think we are past 30 minutes already. Remember, Bitcoin, we're looking at possibly a retest of around 6,500, 16,500, 16,200. With Ethereum, we may come down and grind that 489 level too. If Bitcoin closes underneath those key levels of 16,200, we may see 15,700. If Ethereum loses 489, we may see 433. My name is Sean Dexter. I hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving or enjoyed your Thanksgiving. And I hope you guys have a great weekend ahead of you. I'll see you guys in the next video. We'll be doing a live stream tomorrow, by the way. So be sure to catch it. Be there or be square. See ya next time.